Spring is a season for new life, as can be seen in the images of this spring's wood duck ducklings, Canada goose goslings, and mute swan cygnets at the Six and a Half Sanctuary in Orange County, New York. While these groups of waterfowl share some features, for example the fact that young can feed themselves and are relatively independent within a day of hatching, there are differences between these three groups. Wood duck nests are made in cavities such as holes in trees or artificial wood duck boxes. While artificial boxes are often posted at a height of 6 feet or so, wood ducks actually prefer nests which are 20 feet high or higher and have been known to make nests as high as 60 feet. Within a day of hatching, the young have to leap out of the nest cavity and fall to the ground so they can begin feeding in the water. This is quite an eventful first day of life. Interestingly, many female wood ducks lay their eggs in the cavity nests of other females. This is known as intraspecific brood parasitism, so they are parasitizing the nests of other members of their own species. So when one sees a set of ducklings following a female wood duck, it is possible that not all of those are her offspring. Only female wood ducks care for the young, and this is typical in ducks. The added stresses of parenting singly, which this is borne only by the female, may be the reason, or at least a reason, why females are fewer in number than males in the wild. The young will stay with the female for about 6 weeks and be able to fly after about 8 weeks. In contrast, goose and swan nests are made on mounds of vegetation in the middle of, say, a marsh or along the side of a wetland as opposed to a cavity nest. Both male and female parents of Canada geese and mute swans will care for the young. Interestingly, it is often observed in nature that when the male bird is visibly different from the female, as is typical in ducks, for example, the male wood duck looks very different from the female wood duck, then in those cases the females are the only ones to care for the young. In geese and swans, males and females are very similar to each other physically, and both care for the young. Canada goose goslings are likely to be seen feeding on vegetation near the water. So you may actually see them crossing this bike trail near the wetland where they hatched. Goslings will remain with their parents for the first year and migrate with them. They are able to fly after 2 or 3 months. The young swans, or cygnets of mute swans, will remain with their parents at least until autumn, and possibly until the following spring. At some point, especially as the next breeding season approaches, the adults may shift from caring for their young to aggressively trying to drive them off, which undoubtedly is confusing for the immature swans. Cygnets need at least 4 months before they can develop their flight muscles to the point where they can fly, given their large body sizes. Immature swans and Canada geese will not be able to reproduce until they are at least 2 years of age.